I think I'm officially late. Not for a meeting or my morning coffee, but for my entire existence. According to the internet, if you are a CEO or a homeowner by 25, you basically missed the train. I woke up today and made a fatal mistake of opening social media. Big mistake. Huge. Within 30 seconds, I saw a 21-year-old investor teaching me how to retire before I even figured out how to properly fold a fitted sheet. Spoiler, I still haven't. We're living in a time where productivity has become a personality trait. If you aren't optimizing every second of your breathing life into 1,000 income streams, you're apparently lacking. It's like we're all playing a game where the rules were written by people who don't sleep. We pick a major at 18, an age where we're barely trusted with a credit card, and we're told that is the blueprint for the next 80% of our lives. It's high stakes, low clarity, and zero room for a nap, which frankly is all I want right now. So if you're also feeling like a glitch in the system, welcome! I've decided to stop running a race that doesn't have a finish line. Grab a tea, get in your softest pajamas, and let's talk about why being behind is the biggest scam of the century. It really does start the moment you leave high school, doesn't it? We are told that at barely 18 years old that we need to pick a major for university that's going to determine pretty much about 80% of our lives. Think about that for a second. We're basically barely adults. We aren't even 100% sure what we actually like, and yet we're thrown in this 4 to 6 year university degree, but we don't even understand how the world works or even comprehend the entire of adulthood and what that actually means. Then you graduate, you get your diploma, yay! You're about 22 and you're thrown into the job market that is questionable at best. And while trying to kind of fight having to, get an interview at least, you're also being told at the same time that take care of yourself because appearance matters, right? You have to have the perfect skin, perfect wardrobe, perfect appearance, and don't forget, you have to have a vibrant personality and be approachable and nice and always put together. And then also hobbies. You have to have hobbies so you don't seem like a corporate robot. It's basically this impossible juggle that we've been told that this is normal. And it's exactly what you want. By 25, the pressure shifts again. Now you have to have 1,000 income streams and be financial independent. And you also have to, of course, support your parents because they sacrifice so much for you to get here. The math ain't mathing. Honestly, if you're one of those people who genuinely have it figured out by 22, congrats. Amazing, but I genuinely feel we do not live on the same planet. We are basically living in a world that makes you think that you should have started investing in real estate the moment you stepped out of the womb. You should have been investing and buying stocks before you could even fucking speak. That's the reality we live in. And it's exhausting. And while you're trying to navigate your own personal world, you open your phone and you see the world being very loud. He saw a cat earlier and he wants to make friends. You see news on your phone making the world seem bleak at best. It's hard to stay motivated to build a career and climb the corporate ladder and invest and do all these things when the world seems so fucking unstable. You're left wondering what am I even running towards? Everywhere you look, everybody's selling this 10 steps to achieve the perfect life, follow to find a guide or whatever. And after you watch those videos, you feel even emptier than before. They don't tell you anything. It's all wake up at 5 a.m. and optimize your morning and do that and do that. It leaves you with more questions than you had before and a heavier feeling in your chest. Every bit of your world is screaming at you to be better, improve, do this, do that, because this is how you succeed. You need to improve. You need to be more, always be better, strive for better. There's always room for improvement. You're never enough. Why isn't there any room for, peace? Actual, genuine peace. Not the aesthetic kind you see in vlogs, but the kind where you can just sit there and you don't feel like a total failure for just existing. I feel like we've been taught that satisfaction is the same thing as giving up, but I genuinely think that's one of the biggest lie of them all. Maybe I'm being naive, or maybe I'm a bit out of touch with how the world works, but I genuinely reached a point in my life where I genuinely don't want to follow someone else's map. I genuinely don't care if I'm behind. We're living on a floating rock somewhere in the universe. Is our purpose really to be a unit of productivity? To be like a collection of income streams and achievements? I think my purpose here is to just do whatever the hell I want. What I truly want, without the filter of other people's opinions or the pressure to be successful by 25. If that means that I'm moving slower than some people on my feed, I'm okay with that. Hi, Bobby. Hi. Do you wanna come here? Even Mochi agrees with me. Say something to the world. Making biscuits? What if what you have right now is enough? What if the fact that you're here trying to figure everything out is enough? That is the actual win. You are late to anything. You're genuinely just on your own timeline. And that's enough. I think that's enough for me. And I think that should be enough for a lot of people, because this is not a race. What's the finish line? What if I don't want these sort of things that are trying to be sold to me? What if I genuinely don't want that? Happy where I am? I think my honest feelings about this is that we should just take a deep breath and realize that we're more than enough and we're doing the best we can. And whoever's trying to tell you otherwise, it's on fucking sight. Do you get it? Okay. Okay. See you in the next one. Bye.